To the action and a board final here between Adrian Lewis and Gerwyn Price.
Okay, game on, Gerwyn to the ball.
A pair that have met plenty of times in the last couple of years, and it's been something of a rivalry between these two. All started back in 2015 when
Adrian Lewis throw first.
Gerwyn Price defeated Adrian Lewis at the World Match Play. Well, they met a year later and there was all sorts of pre-match nonsense going on social media and the like, and it turned into a bit of a damp squib, the game itself, but Lewis got his revenge, defeating Gerwyn Price 11-5. The most recent meeting was on our live stream start of this month. Gerwyn Price edged Adrian Lewis out at this stage in Barnsley in a Players' Championship event. Lewis does lead the head-to-head 6-3.
85.
But even in that match, even with no crowd, playing in silence,
180.
This pair were giving it large to each other. Lewis has started with a large score. The 180 leaves 78. Double 12. Double 6.
Game shot on the first leg.
First blood to Adrian Lewis.
To throw first. 131.
Lewis, of course, is one of our winners on the Players' Championship this year. Won the 5th event, beating Dave Chisnell in the final. He played a brilliant game against Michael Van Gerwen along the way when
100.
Van Gerwen missed double 12 for a 9-dart leg, but Lewis came out on top. He's already hit 2 180s in this match.
30.
And he's looking to put Price in his place. There was an interesting interview with Gerwyn Price on the Dart Show last night.
100.
Price saying that his aim for this year was to get into the top 16. Well, that's very, very realistic because Price is 17th in the order of merit.
95.
And the man that he's been chasing down, Simon Whitlock, has been knocked out today, so Price could make some progress towards that target. But
60.
He would have to get past the world number 4 first.
$100.
So 90 left. Double 18.
Game shot in the second leg.
Good darts, and you can see Gerwyn Price letting Adrian Lewis know as he takes out the 110.
134.
Both players have won a couple of matches to get here to this board final. Lewis beating Dennis Smith and Simon Preston 6-1.
180.
As he rattles in a third max in as many legs. And Gerwyn Price has dropped just 3 legs in total in seeing off Sven Groen and Stephen Burton. Something has got to give.
60.
Lewis also enjoyed a double here last night, qualifying for both Sindelfingen and Gibraltar on the European Tour.
60.
Both deciders actually went all 11 legs, seeing off Mick Todd and Joe Mernon to appear in the European Darts Grand Prix
60.
next weekend and the Gibraltar Darts Trophy the following weekend. That will have got his spirits up after a poor night in the Premier League on Thursday for jackpots. Beaten first by James Wade and then whitewashed by Michael van Gerwen in Birmingham.
57.
Double 8. Double 4.
Game shot on the third leg. Adrian Lewis.
Lewis edges ahead
Fourth
again.
leg, it's Gerwyn to throw first. $59.
By the way, for those keeping a keen eye at the top of the draw, Gary Anderson did win his board final on board 2.
40.
Seeing off the Spartan Cristo Reyes 6-3. So if Michael van Gerwen gets past Wayne Jones, then the world number 1 and the world number 2 and the winners of the last 4
42.
world championships will go head to head in the last 16.
$60.
And I can confirm that that match between Anderson and Van Gerwen, or Anderson and Jones, will be our next
125.
match here on live stream board 1. Well, Lewis has had a hat trick of
180.
Max's already. Make that 4. One in every leg for Adrian Lewis. Now it's Price's turn to get
180.
involved. And that response has handed the Iceman a chance, because Adrian Lewis's lacklustre dart landed in the big 2 and has left him without an outshot. Gerwyn Price hits 25, 70 left. Won't be going 20 for Bull because he didn't need to,
55.
with Lewis not on a finish.
On 20 scored.
So 19 would leave tops for
139.
Adrian. Well, that's a target that Gerwyn Price wants. To square it up at 2-2.
Game shot on the
And
fourth leg.
does.
Gerwyn Price. Fifth leg, it's Adrian to throw first. $140.
Can tell you that on board 3, Johnny Clayton's continued his impressive form.
140.
He whitewashed Jamie Caven earlier with a brilliant performance. Well, now he's seen off Kevin Payne to 6-3 to set up a board final
100.
against Rob Cross. And the winner of this will take on the winner of that in the last 16.
100.
Well, Lewis has landed a maximum in all of the previous legs.
85.
He won't be hitting one here, but you felt that he needed something big there because Price now has the chance to break. Another treble will help his
140.
cause, and you can see he knew how big that last start was.
$100.
So 1-2-1, Gerwyn Price, who is getting a bit of a habit of taking out these kind of checkouts, but he'll need the treble 17 for the bullseye.
96.
Just the width of the wire, denying Gerwyn Price a break. And Adrian Lewis looking to slam the door
Game
shut
shot on the
with a
fifth leg, Adrian
76
Lewis.
kill.
Sixth leg, it's Gerwyn to throw first. $97. $120.
Well, unlucky with a bounce out,
24.
Adrian Lewis. A moral maximum for jackpots.
140.
This pair in that kind of top-heavy top half of the draw.
100.
The pace that this game's been played at, I won't be able to run through all these results, but just head over to the PDC website and look at the bottom half. Hardly any seeds left
100.
in the bottom half of the draw by the third round. The top half's got Michael van Gerwen, Gary Anderson, these two, Dave Chisnell.
121.
Well, the deflection for Adrian Lewis does leave a finish, but Gerwyn Price wants another one of those for the bull for a 164,
139.
and again he finds a 25. And this would be a killer blow from Adrian Lewis. Not going to happen. Price has
60.
choices here. Maybe 5 double 10. 1 double 12.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Gerwyn Price.
And it works
7th
out
leg
well
is Adrian to throw
for the
first.
Welshman. But Lewis is on his game, isn't he?
180.
Another max, this time at the start of a leg.
$58.
Well, you could see it was close just in Adrian Lewis's
93.
facial reaction. But right now, it's just about keeping his nose in front.
100.
Nothing to choose between this pair.
98.
6 consecutive holes of throw. Looking like becoming 7 with Lewis
140.
afforded 2 visits to clean up 130. May only need 1. And he'll come back.
90. $64.
Double top.
No score.
But it may not matter. Gerwyn Price on a large outshot. But it's getting smaller. Went treble 13 for tops.
$115.
But again, he lets Lewis know that he's poised right behind
Game shot on
him.
the 7th leg. Adrian
But
Lewis.
Adrian Lewis just bats
8th
another
leg
one
is
out of the
Gerwyn to
park.
throw first. $55.
Very interesting, Gerwyn Price. He doesn't change his demeanour for these floor events. He doesn't care
100.
if there's a crowd of 3,000 people or more watching, or just the viewers at home on the TV screens. He gives it his all, and he
57.
shows what it means to him. And he lets his opponent know as well. And it was a similar game last time they met.
95.
On that occasion, Gerwyn Price coming through 6-5.
$96.
But he was geeing himself up and egging himself on. Lewis was landing maximums and raising his arm aloft in the air, just so that
133.
Gerwyn Price could see. And the closer it gets, the tastier this could become. Keep an eye on the men themselves as well.
85.
But Lewis
126.
has just grabbed himself a chance. It was a loose dart in that visit, but he's going to get 2 darts at double to break Gerwyn Price.
96. Game shot on the 8th leg.
And he only needs 1.
9th leg, it's Adrian to throw first.
And that's the first break and the first blow. And the 2-time world champ is throwing for the match and for a place in the last 16.
140.
And if this match wasn't exciting enough for you, stay
137.
tuned, because the next game here on Streamboard 1 will be between Michael van Gerwen and Gary Anderson. The last 16 showdown between the world's top 2 after Van Gerwen defeated Wayne Jones 6-4. Gerwyn Price just feels that dart slipped out of his hands. This match also seems to be
81.
slipping out of Gerwyn's grasp. And Adrian Lewis hammering home the advantage. Loose second dart though.
85.
Maybe not quite over. Gerwyn Price needs a couple of trebles to leave a finish. Good start. Excellent follow-up.
140.
Well, he's given himself a chance. It may be an outside chance, but it's a chance all the same. Peter Hudson
140.
took out this shot to defeat Steve West earlier on this board. Gerwyn Price can't do the same, and Adrian Lewis will be afforded at least a couple of match darts.
49.
Choices, 19s or 11. 19 it is, double 16 for jackpot. Double 8. Misses.
85.
Reprieve for Gerwyn Price. 94 to break straight back. He's gambled on a treble 18. Now he'll go double-double. Finds double 18. Double top.
54.
Just over the top. And that may be his last chance. Well, that's a long way away. Lewis regrouping. Double 2.
12.
And again he's missed. Five match points squandered by Adrian Lewis.
Game shot on the 9th leg. Gerwyn Price.
And Gerwyn Price does not
10th
look
leg
a
is
gift
Gerwyn
horse
to
in the
throw
mouth.
first.
And now the Welshman will throw to force a decider.
$49. $96. $96.
Well, Adrian Lewis looking to make a move.
140.
Only the 140. But puts pressure on Price. Well, he's got the answers.
180.
And he replies with a 180 of his own. Now Adrian Lewis.
$128.
128 gets him down to 137. But he'll need 2 trebles to get a dart at double.
60.
Gerwyn Price is not on a much smaller finish, but an easier one. May not matter. Oh, Lewis just misses a treble.
97.
So 116 to stay alive. Can't keep relying on missed doubles by Adrian Lewis. So just pop in the 116 instead, Gerwyn. Double top.
76.
And surely this time the world number 4 will get the job done. Double 10.
Game shot on the match.
And this
Adrian
time he
Lewis.
does get the job done. Good game between Adrian Lewis and Gerwyn Price. Lewis getting a little bit of revenge for last time out. He wins 6-4 and moves into the last 16.